Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life. And this final movie review for today is the one I have been anticipating all year. I've actually been anticipating it since the 2005 movie. And this movie is directed and written by one of my favorite directors, Rob Zombie. We finally have the third film to the Devil's Trilogy. This, of course, is Three from Hell. Three from Hell was released on September 16, 2019. It had a limited release in theaters, 3 days, and then it was given one more day after that. This is a horror film that received mixed reviews with critics. It has an 83% on Google, a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb, a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, and RogerEbert.com gave it 4 out of 4 stars. On a $3 million budget, it made $1.86 million at the box office, and as I said, 3 days. This movie will make much more when it's released to DVD, Blu-ray. But as I said, this is written and directed by Rob Zombie. This is the third film in his Devil's Trilogy. And this is the final film of Sid Haig, who you all know passed away. This movie stars Bill Mosely, Sheri Zombie, Sid Haig, Danny Trejo, Richard Brake, and Dee Wallace. And in this movie, we find the Devil's Rejects. If you remember from the Devil's Rejects film, the ending there, they were all shot up. This movie starts off the same spot. They are taken to local hospitals where miraculously they end up surviving and then are sent to trial and actually sent to prison. And from there, a lot of stuff happens. I'm not going to get into it because I'm not going to spoil this movie, especially for those who haven't seen it. I love the characters, of course, in this movie. Captain Spaulding will always be one of my favorites. I love Baby, Firefly, played by Sheri Zombie. We have Otis, played by Bill Moseley. And we have another character, Winslow Foxworth, played by Richard Brake. And then, of course, Dee Wallace is no stranger to the horror genre. She was in Cujo, Critters, just to name a couple, but she is famous for being in all different horror franchises. And I loved her in this movie as well. But Three from Hell, in my opinion, is a great way to, I would say, finish the trilogy. Now, I'm not saying that there won't be any more sequels or anything, but if there isn't, I think this is a fitting way to possibly end it. But we'll just have to see. But I really think they should have released this movie to theaters. I think it would have made some decent money. Probably say around 20 to 25 million. But I'm a huge fan of Rob Zombie's. I love his work. I've seen all the movies that he has written and directed. And I love this trilogy. It's freaking phenomenal. Of course, my favorite, and I think most people's favorites, is The Devil's Rejects. I really enjoyed this one. I was so happy to finally get to see it. And like I said, I love the characters. And I love some of the new characters we get to see. And this was just a lot of fun. If you're a fan of the first two movies, you're really going to enjoy this. If you're not a fan of these first two movies, you're not gonna like this movie, and I don't know why you're bothering watching it. My issue with people is if you're not a fan of Rob Zombie and you haven't liked his work up till now, I don't know why they waste their time watching these movies, especially if they're just going to rip them apart. But that's their agenda, I guess. But love or hate, I really enjoyed this movie, and definitely check out Three from Hell. It is worth your time. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 and 2 thumbs up. Um, there are some things I would have done different, um, but I will do another review of this movie where I talk about spoilers and stuff down the line. As far as the other two movies go, I gave House of a Thousand Corpses an 8 out of 10, and of course I gave The Devil's Rejects a perfect score, 10 out of 10. I love that film. But like I said, I love this trilogy. Definitely check out Three from Hell. If you haven't seen the other movies, definitely check them out as well. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching this non-spoiler review, and check you later.